In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a color by number or color by answer template. And I do this in Google Form. So the first thing I like to do is I like to make a template with it, and that way I could use this for more than one topic. So if you teach more than one subject like I do, I can use this template to make a Math 8 activity or an Algebra 1 activity. So I'm going to make it a template. I ask them their name, what block do I teach them, and then I'm going to start inserting my pictures. So to get a picture, you will need to use a coloring site, and I use coloringonline.com. There are lots of them. Now, coloringonline.com does not put the numbers in, so mine's going to be a color based on answer. If you would like a color by number, you could use like coloritbynumber.com. There's lots of them out there. You can just Google it. So the first thing I do is I go in and I color my picture and I save my picture. So before I start coloring it, I have to save the blank one. And this is why I really like coloringonline.com, because the first thing that it gives me when I click picture on their website, it gives me the option to download it as a PNG, which allows me to save it. And then every time I add color to it, I save it. Okay, so this is my blank picture. Again, mine does not have numbers. This is just going to be a color by answer. And then underneath it, I'm going to click add question, and I would add question 1. So question 1, and then you can either make it multiple choice or you can make it short answer. I'm going to make it short answer required. And then I'm going to turn on response validation, and I'll go back and update this once I actually have answers. But I'm going to put this as 1 because it's question 1, and put try again. So if they get it wrong. So right now they can't go on until they have it right. So once they get it right, so I'm going to add a section, and this is going to be question 2. So then I want them to first know that they got it right. So I'm going to add the image. So this time I'm going to add the first image. So this is the first time I added color to my picture. So I'll go and get my first image. And so now they'll see like a little bit of color. So I'll say, good job. And then I'll add another question. And this will be question 2. Again, I'm going to make it short answer, required, response validation. And I will go back and change all these answers as I add questions. And just make sure you put text here, because if you leave this blank and they get it wrong, it's going to tell them what the answer is. So I'd add a section, question 3, and then you go back and get your image. So my next image. So if you notice, there's a little bit more color on this one. So I'll continue this process of adding the image, adding the question, next section, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So once I have finished adding all 10 of my questions, then I'm going to add my last slide, which is actually where they're done. So this is my final picture for them. And it's up to you, but I like to add a question on this one that asks them for their work. So I can do that by clicking File, Upload. And then I ask them to submit their work. And I like to make this 5 because sometimes they take pictures. Okay, so now that this is done, I want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to click Preview so I can view it as a student. So what is my name? Test. What block do I have? Math. Okay, so I'm seeing the blank picture. So question 1, I would have whatever that question is. If I put in a 2, that's wrong because I told the only right answer is 1. So if I put in 1, that lets me go. So I would go through and test every single one of my questions. So this one should be a 2 because it's question 2. And you'll notice that as you do this, it's going to color until they get to the end, and it will be that finished product. So this is how I like to do a color by number or a color by answer activity.